And I want to turn now to Syria and ISIS. President Trump said that 100% of the ISIS caliphate in Syria has been defeated. But let me play what CENTCOM Commander General Votel said in his testimony before the House Armed Services Committee on Thursday.
The fight against ISIS and violent extremism is far from over. What we are seeing now is not the surrender of ISIS as an organization, but a calculated decision to preserve the safety of their families and preservation of their capabilities and waiting for the right time to resurge.
Do you agree with that assessment? I know it's very different, the caliphate and the ideological feelings about ISIS.
Yeah, I don't know what the rest of General Votel's statement said, so I don't want to criticize a partial clip. It has happened to me before that that a clip of 4 words or even a full sentence gets put on television and it doesn't convey the full sense of what I was trying to say. The president has been, I think, as clear can be when he talks about the defeat of the ISIS territorial caliphate. He has never said that the elimination of the territorial caliphate means the end of ISIS in toto. We know that's not the case. We know right now that there are ISIS fighters scattered still around Syria and Iraq, and that ISIS itself is growing in other parts of the world. The ISIS threat will remain, but one reason that the president has committed to keeping an American presence in Iraq and a small part of an observer force in Syria is against the possibility that there would be a real resurgence of ISIS, and we would then have the ability to deal with that if that arose. So I think people have to be clear, and the importance of the territorial caliphate goes to an ideological point at the center of ISIS's theory of itself, namely that they were a caliphate because under their view of what a caliphate is, you have to control territory.
And actually, I wasn't trying to argue that. I was trying to ask whether you believed a resurgence could happen, how serious that is. I know we've asked for help from the allies there. Have you got any firm commitments from allies to help out?
Yeah, well, certainly in conversations this past week with my British and French counterparts, very optimistic that they're going to participate. It hasn't happened formally yet, but they're looking at it. I think it's very important that we try and get this up. It may or may not succeed. But General Dunford, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, has worked extensively on this. He's had considerable success. We're still pursuing it. The ISIS threat, the al-Qaeda threat, the terrorist threat is an ideological threat worldwide. And it's something that I think we have to be vigilant against for the foreseeable future.